Welcome again to this tutorial, and in this video we are going to be learning about strings in Java and how you can be able to perform various operations on strings versus how you can be able to check various methods in the strings. So the first method that we want to know with strings, for instance, we would want to know how many characters there are in a string. And with me here, I have a string of the alphabet letters, the 26 of them, A to Z. And so we would like to print out how many characters there are in this string programmatically. So I'm going to define a variable which is called int number of characters. So I'm going to say int no of characters. Int no of characters, that is my variable. And then I'm going to say that my number of characters is equal to txt, which is the variable which is holding my string, dot length. So we are going to be learning about the dot operator later. For now, just know that whenever you want to access some methods within the strings, you write there the name of the variable of the string. In our case, it is txt dot the method. So in our case, if we want to know the length of the string, we just say dot length. So we want to output this. We just want to know, for instance, we already know that the alphabet has 26 letters or characters. We want to find out if programmatically it can give us that count. So system.out.println, and we are going to say number of letters should give us 26, but we want to verify that. So we concatenate with the variable that we have here of the number of characters. So let's run our program and see what it gives us. Yes. So the number of letters is indicated as 26. So with that, at least you now know how to get the number of characters that are in a particular string. So it returns correctly 26. The other method that I would like us to know is the character at a particular position. So for instance, we would say that the letter Z is the 26th letter of the alphabet, and the letter A is the first letter of the alphabet. How about if you wanted the Java to tell us what is the 15th letter of the alphabet, what is the 24th letter of the alphabet, what is the 9th letter of the alphabet? How would we be able to do that? How we are able to do that is using the character at position, the char at. So we are going to define a variable of type char, which is going to be, we are going to say char letter equals to txt dot character at a particular index. So in this case, we are going to say the character at what index? At the 0th index. Remember, in programming, in most programming languages, actually almost all, the counting starts from 0. We don't start from 1. It is a 0-based, we call it a 0-based index. So we always start counting from 0. So the 0th index is the first item in an array or in the string or whatever you are trying to count. So we want to get the first item, which is the item at the 0th index. So again, let me print out what we have here. System.out.println. Let's print out the character. What is the character? We have stored it in a variable called letter. Let's run our program and find out what it gives us. Yes, so it tells us that the character at the 0th index is letter A. What about the character at the 10th index? Let's just change the index to 10. Let's find out what it gives us. It should give us one of the letters. It tells us that the character or the 10th letter is actually letter K. So the other method that I would like us to learn is the substring method. A substring is a piece of a string defined from a particular index. And every time I mention the word index, just remember we count from 0. So I'm going to define a different string, and I'm going to say substring string substring equals to txt dot substring. And as you can see, we have a beginning index and an end index. So there are two ways I can get a substring. I can specify where to start, just where to start. So it's going to give me the string from where I've started to where to the end of the string, or I can actually specify the beginning index and the end index. So let's first of all try with the beginning index and find out what it gives us. So we are going to print out instead of the letter here, we are going to print out the substring. Or let me actually print it out in a different line. System println. So we want to print out the substring from index number 11. Let's run our program and find out what it gives us. Yes, so it tells us that the substring from index number 11 is from letter L all the way to letter Z. So let's try finding a substring where we specify the beginning index, where to start and where to end. So let me just call it substring1 equals to txt dot substring txt.substring. Let's begin from 11 to 15. We begin from 11 to 15. So we start at 11 and we want to end at 15. So let's print out substring1 system.out.println. And what we want to print out is substring1. Let's run our program and find out our output. So from 11 to 15 we have L, M, and O. So those are the two ways where you can be able to get the piece of the string or just a part of the string by specifying either where to start only, and then it's going to give you the string up to the end of the string. And then you can also specify where to start, the beginning point and the ending point. In this case, we specified 11 and 15, to start at 11 and to start at 15. The other method that I would like us to learn is how you can be able to convert this string to either an uppercase or a lowercase. How do we do that? So I'm going to define a string variable called lowercase. String lowercase, I'm going to say it is txt dot to lowercase. That is the method that you use whenever you want to convert a string to lowercase. So let's again print it out. System.out.println. So we want to print out the lowercase string. Run the program, find out what it gives us. So initially, of course, our string is composed of only capital letters. So it tells us, you can see, it gives us the lowercase for A to Z for our letters. How about if we wanted to convert the same, our lowercase string, to uppercase? We have a method called to uppercase. So let me define a variable called lowercase to uppercase. Lowercase to uppercase, we have txt dot to uppercase. So let's again as well print it out. Let's find out what it gives us as output. System out.println. We have lowercase to uppercase. So it is going to take the lowercase that we converted and reconvert it again to the uppercase. So exactly, so it takes this lowercase string and converts it to an uppercase again. So the other method that I would like us to learn is the starts with. We would like to check whether our string starts with a particular character or a particular series of characters. So I'm going to define a variable again. By now, of course, you are familiar with variable definitions. Starts with equals to txt dot starts with. We have a starts with method. So I'm going to say, does it start with a J? Let's find out. Txt dot starts with. Boolean cannot be yes, exactly. So it says that this method, it says that it returns a Boolean type. So therefore, we cannot give it a type of string. So actually, the correct way here to define our variable is to give it the Boolean type. So let's give some output. So it should either give us a true or a false. So this is quite an application of the Boolean data type. Starts with. So what does it tell us? Does it start with the letter, which is the letter that we specified? So our string obviously does not start with J. We are asking the program, we are asking Java whether our string starts with J, and obviously our string does not start with J, so it tells us false. However, does our string start with, say, A, B, C? Let's see. Let's find out what Java tells us. Does it start with A, B, C? Yes, tells us it is true. It is true that our string starts with A, B, and C. So there are, of course, other methods. There are other methods that you can use for the strings. These are just the basic ones and the most common ones. Let me just find out, let me just show us the last one as we wrap up the video. String, I'm going to define, if there is a starts with method, then there's of course an ends with method. So let's find out if our text or our string ends with Z. Does it end with the letter Z? Let's find out. System out.println ends with. So obviously our string ends with the character Z, so we should expect that should give us true. We should expect that it should give us a true. It's true to say that it ends with Z. So yes, it ends with Z. Let's test for false. Does it end with the letter M? Obviously not. So that should give us false. Should give us false. Yes, exactly. False gives us false. So key takeaways from this video. One, there are string methods. How can you be able to, for instance, find the length of a string? How do you find out the character at a particular position? How do you get a substring, like a piece of a string from the main string? How do you convert lowercase to uppercase and uppercase to lowercase? Also, how do you check whether a string starts with or ends with a particular character? And as I have said, these are just a few of the methods that you can access with strings. There are many others, but for those ones you can be able to learn later using the Java string reference. They are actually a number. So thank you very much. Keep learning, keep enjoying. Thank you.